Mediterranean monk seals increased detection in the Gulf of Corinth, Greece, during COVID-19 lockdown. The Mediterranean monk seal is one of the largest species of the Phocidae family. Color pattern and size vary among ages and sex. The Mediterranean monk seal is considered one of the most endangered mammals of the world, and it is classified as endangered by the IUCN. The total population is estimated of 350 to 450 animals, with 250-300 animals in the Eastern Mediterranean within the largest subpopulation, of which about 150 to 200 are in Greece and about 100 in Turkey. While historically widespread in the Mediterranean Sea and the adjacent areas, is now concentrated and fragmented in the Ionian and Aegean waters, with some hotspots in the Atlantic Oceans. Several are the anthropogenic threats and natural causes which are leading the species close to extinction. The most important are the interaction with fishery, deliberate killing, habitat degradation and habitat loss due to disturbance or pollution. The Ionian archipelago features one of the most important breeding areas for the endangered Mediterranean monk seal. For this reason, it is identified as an important marine mammals area. The erratic behavior of the species and the similar oceanographic characteristic of the adjacent Gulf of Corinth make this gulf suitable for the survival and conservation of this species. Moreover, the Gulf of Corinth is already classified as IMMA, and it is included in the Natura 2000 European network of protected areas. The presence of monk seal in the Gulf of Corinth was well known by ancient Greeks, and the district of Phocis, northeastern of Patras, already within the Gulf, was named after them. In the last century, monk seals were regularly observed in the area, and the resident colony of monk seal was considered the all-important population known for continental Greece. In the new century, a certain number of monk seal sightings is reported for the Gulf. A regular land-based and boat-based monitoring activity carried out from June 2009, together with numerous reports provided by local citizens and tourists, confirmed the regular presence of the species in the northeastern area of the Gulf of Corinth during the last 11 years. The Gulf of Corinth belongs to the northeastern Ionian Sea and separates the Peloponnesus region from the northern Greece. On its western portion, the Rhine Strait links the Gulf to the Ionian Sea. On its eastern side, the artificial channel of Corinth leads to the Saronic Gulf and the Aegean Sea. Even if it is a semi-closed basin, the Gulf of Corinth presents a great variety of marine habitats. In this scenario, the Gulf of Corinth offers the perfect conditions to the survival of many marine species. Monk seal presence has been investigated through boat-based and land-based survey focusing on dolphins starting from summer 2009. Boat survey were carried out in standard weather conditions, employing a 12-meter sailing vessel, mainly during the summer season. Land-based surveys were carried out year-round in the same standard weather condition from 3 different sites located in the Alkionides Gulf: Melangavi, Cape, Milokopi, Petrita. During the lockdown following the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions, only land-based surveys have been carried out. The image shows the 3 locations of the land-based survey. Monk seal sighting frequency has been calculated and compared among land-based and boat-based survey. Statistical analysis has been employed to investigate differences among monk seal sighting frequency of lockdown period and spring season of previous years. From June 2009 to June 2020, 243 boat surveys and 339 land surveys were conducted during a dedicated monitoring activity carried out by experienced observers. Monk seals have been observed 11 times, as illustrated in the table. A single sighting is referred to the northern portion of the Gulf of Corinth. 10 sightings belong to the Alkionides Gulf, between Melangavi Cape and Strava along the Perachora Peninsula. Individual identification was not possible for all the sightings because of the distance from the observers. 64% of the sightings were recorded in the late afternoon, while the remaining 36% refers to the late morning. Latency among sightings varies between years, as illustrated in the table. Except for an opportunistic sighting in January 2020, monk seals have been observed by land just during the spring season. Statistical analysis shows that the sighting frequency of the lockdown period is significantly greater when compared to the one of the spring season of previous years. During the lockdown period, for the first time in the century in the Gulf of Corinth, 2 adults were observed together. During land-based surveys, monk seal were always spotted when no boats was around. Even the sightings at sea were in the absence of boats, except for the research vessel. These results indicate a monk seal preference for quiet areas without marine traffic. The regular monitoring activity carried out by experienced observers shows that monk seal is regularly present in the Gulf of Corinth. The joint land-based and boat-based survey protocol shows that the area located in the Alkionides Gulf along the Perachora Peninsula between Melangavi Cape and Strava is particularly important for the maintenance and conservation of these endangered species. The Perachora Peninsula, with many caves and suitable habitats, the absence of commercial vessel routes and few road accesses for human use, hosts indeed the perfect habitat for monk seal life. COVID-19 lockdown represented a singular simulation of protection measures, such as the ban of human activities in key habitat for the species, showing how the resilience of this species is promising in terms of potential in individual number, increasing if an appropriate management scheme is applied. The results of this study showed that while the researchers spotted individuals regularly during the years, the sighting frequency significantly increased by an order of magnitude during the period of a forced stop of the human activities in the area. Moreover, during this period of low human presence, in the area was recorded for the first time the presence of 2 individuals together. The stop of fishery activities and intense marine traffic, the absence of human along the coastline and the potential key habitat for the species, the decrease of underwater ambient noise could have played a key role in the increase of sighting recorded. The results of the present study show that the area along the Perachora Peninsula within the Alkionides Gulf represents an important area for the conservation of the Mediterranean monk seals. The strategic position of the Perachora Peninsula, with no inclusion in commercial ship routes, low commercial fishing activities and low level of tourism, represents an exemplary area where successfully implement conservation efforts for these endangered species. The enforcement of conservation measures will magnify the suitable characteristic of the area, leading to effective protection and allowing seals population to increase, disperse, and re-colonise crucial sites. The conservation of the pristine habitats of the Perachora Peninsula should be then considered mandatory for the conservation of monk seals. Finally, the global evidence that free-ranging animals could have been beneficiated of COVID-19 lockdown should help the conservation scientists and policymakers to meditate on the role of the practical conservation actions to protect the density of species running to extinction, such as the Mediterranean monk seal. Thank you for your attention.